Several months ago, I was listening to a podcast, and a young man was being interviewed, and I don't know who he was. It's just this particular short clip caught my attention. The interviewer asked him to share some powerful quotes that have really impacted his life. And many of us have most likely heard this quote, but I really had to unpack it for myself and wanted to share it today. And the quote was this: how you do one thing is how you do everything. And I was like, wow. I had to really think about that for a moment. And I thought, is that true though? How I eat one meal is how I eat every meal? I don't think so, right? How I wear one outfit is how I wear all outfits? Not really. How I talk to one person is how I talk to all people? Maybe. And here's why I say maybe. Because as I unpacked that statement, it wasn't necessarily talking about style as much as it was talking about attitude, as much as it was talking about intentionality, as much as it was talking about quality. How you do one thing is how you do everything means you're building habits. When you are faithful in the small things, speaking spiritually, God makes you master over many things. Because when you're putting excellence in the little things, you qualify for greater things. How you do the small things qualify you for the greater things. How you approach with attitude and joy in the small things qualifies you for the bigger things. And people notice that when you approach things randomly. Because how you approach one job randomly really builds a habit inside of you. It tells whether or not you are intentional about giving your best at everything that you do. Now that's high performance. The Bible says do all that you do to the glory of God. That's high performance, family. Speaking spiritually and speaking as a high performance coach, that is high performance. Giving your best in everything. So how you do one thing is how you do all things. Meaning, if you approach it with joy, you'll have joy. And you'll do everything with joy. When you approach conversations intentionally, you'll bring your best attitude and best effort in that situation. How you do one thing is how you do everything. How you speak to your child and how you value your child is how you will value others. When we speak to those who serve us as waitresses and waiters in restaurants, and we speak to them with excellence and treat them with excellence, it's how we will treat everyone else. How you respond when you're cut off in traffic and someone does something to you unintentionally is how you will respond in all situations, because you're building that habit. And so, family, I just want to encourage you to think about that. Think about the habits that you are building every single day based on the little things, the one thing you do that builds a habit for all of the things that you do. Take pride in bringing excellence in everything that you do. Remember, one equates to many. Do one thing excellent, building the habit to do all things excellent. All right, I'm Stanley Nelson, spiritual development teacher and high performance coach. And as always, I'm reminding you to stay aligned, stay encouraged, and most importantly, stay connected to God, because that truly is the only way to live. God bless you, family.